More and more people are stepping away from the traditional 9 to 5. Some by choice, others because honestly, the old model just doesn't work anymore. Not if you're a parent, neurodivergent, or simply someone who needs proper autonomy over your time and energy. Independent work has never been more accessible, and in many ways, it's never been more necessary. If we haven't met before, I'm Anna Lundberg. I work with solopreneurs who've already stepped outside the 9 to 5 and are now figuring out how to build something that really works for the long term. Because here's what we don't talk about enough: independence is just the beginning. For a lot of us, leaving employment can feel like crossing the finishing line. Freedom at last, flexibility, control, and for a while it absolutely is. But a few years down the line, something else tends to bubble up. The business is working, you've got demand, income steady, but somehow the way it all fits together starts feeling a bit off. Not broken, mind you, it's not a crisis, it's just not quite right anymore. So you're capable, experienced, you've done the graft to get here, and yet the business still demands more from you than you actually want to give. Now, this is not about motivation or discipline. It's definitely not about trying harder, learning more tactics, or, importantly, copying someone else's blueprint. It's about the playbook you're working from. Most solopreneurs are still running on a set of assumptions that they never consciously chose. Assumptions about growth, about visibility, about what success is supposed to look like, about how much of themselves the business is entitled to. And those assumptions, they often come from corporate life, hustle culture, or whoever's shouting loudest online. And they work until they don't, because the reality of independent work has shifted. We're operating in an environment of constant online noise, shifting algorithms, AI that's simultaneously brilliant and unnerving, blurred boundaries between work and life, and very real constraints around capacity, care, and energy. In that context, doing more is not the answer. What matters is what you're building and how it's actually designed to run. So, the solopreneurs who are genuinely thriving now are not necessarily the loudest or the busiest. They're the ones who've stepped back and made intentional decisions about what they sell, how they deliver it, how demand flows in, and crucially, what kind of life the business is actually meant to support. They've stopped treating independence as the destination and started treating it as the foundation. That's the shift I'm interested in exploring with you. Not how do I grow faster, but how do I build something that actually works now and for whatever comes next? Not optimization for its own sake, but design that's aligned with real life. Over the coming weeks, I'll be sharing more about a new playbook for solopreneurs, one that moves beyond hustle, noise, and borrowed models towards businesses that are profitable, sustainable, and intentionally designed. If you've already made the leap into independent work and you're sensing it's time to evolve how your business actually operates, you're in exactly the right place.